Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Starseed Dragon channel. We are reviewing the Pride Tarot, and we are currently on the Suit of Wands. And our first up is the Ace of Wands by Karen Vogel. This Ace of Wands card signifies a time when you are radiating new energy and delight in being alive. Out of this exuberant energy comes a rebirth of your own creative spark. You are inspired to manifest in a way that may have felt difficult in the past. Doors open to new possibilities that you are uniquely qualified to pursue, and now is your time to reach for success. I instantly knew I wanted to paint this card with the image of a New Mexican whiptail lizard on a spiral wand. The whiptail lizard is an all-female species that reproduces through parthenogenesis, where an ovum becomes an embryo without being fertilized by a sperm. This process is an apt metaphor for the creative spark ignited to start a new endeavor. The spiral wand is a symbol of DNA in these lesbian lizards who engage in same-sex sexual behavior. The background is the Ghost Ranch, the longtime home of and inspiration for Georgia O'Keeffe, a prolific artist with a unique vision. Interesting. Learn something new every day, right? Okay. Next up is the Two of Wands by Emily Balavet. Keywords: crossroads, progression, decisions, options. The Two of Wands shows two women standing back to back with their wands pointing in opposite directions. This card depicts a combined vision that is now beginning to express itself individually. A partnership was formed to realize a creative concept, but the energy is now taking two separate paths. The card suggests restlessness, a difference in opinion, and a sudden break from a partner. A choice must be made as to how you as individuals would like to best apply the original inspiration. Courage is required to challenge yourself to be decisive and to take a risk. There is no right way or wrong way. It is simply that individual expression is now required. Your idea is brimming with potential and is compiling enough to motivate you into action. Oh, compelling enough. Okay, got it. I never said I could read. Okay, here we go. Three of Wands by Jeremy Cush. Or is it Hush? Jeremy Hush. This card has our figure looking out into the great beyond. The Three of Wands is about looking forward to what is next. It's about fearlessly facing change and transitions in life. The three tree limbs represent the plans we have grown and nurtured, the work we have put into getting where we are presently. The figure turns her back to the sparrows as they chaotically play and try to distract her. Parts of our past can hold us back, uprooting the time and effort we have laid out. With one arm firmly on the tree, we move forward with our plans, facing the challenges ahead. When I draw, I put nature above us and looming larger than us. Our challenge is to find our place in the natural world and to understand our own inner nature. Beautiful. The Four of Wands by Noah Ikeda. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration and freedom. I've shown a blissful union between a beautiful non-binary fire spirit and a human male in my story. This card depicts the mixing of cultures and people of different races, backgrounds, lifestyles, and orientation. Much of the symbolism shown here is borrowed from the Rider-Waite deck. The ripe grape canopy signifies abundance and fertility, suggesting great success to come to this blessed couple. The loosely hinted at structural sides indicate home and stability. The irises in the front indicate hope and faith from this union. Pretty. Fire spirit. Okay. 5 of Wands by Liz Blackbird. A group of protesters holding signs are confronted by police wielding batons. Throughout history, individuals whose sexuality or gender expression didn't conform to society's norms have met with hostility and violence. These altercations are tragic, but they can also be sources of progress. Riots resisting unjust police treatment at the Stonewall Inn in the 1969 led activists to organize the march that became the first Pride event. And civil disobedience by ACT UP in the 80s forced the world to take the AIDS crisis seriously. But conflicts can arise within communities too. Queer and trans people of color have protested police presence at Pride, bringing them into conflict with parade organizers. This card indicates discord, conflict, and clashes between opposing forces. Disharmony and lack of unity can be stressful, but they often precede important change. Look within to determine if the fight is worth it, and make sure you're on the right side. Next up, 6 of Wands by Mumi Swan. Key words: victory, achievement, success, well-deserved recognition, praise, approval, supportive environment, self-esteem, feeling good about your progress and achievements. For this card, I wanted to apply the traditional tarot connotations of celebration, victory, and recognition to the imagery of a pride parade. The joyous celebration of progress made, as well as the demand for recognition, is, I think, very relevant to the classic meaning of the 6 of Wands. I chose to focus on queer female identity because this is my personal experience, whilst also highlighting the illusion of trans and other identities within this community. The message of this card is to celebrate yourself and how far we have come as a community, but don't forget to uplift and support those who need to be heard. Beautiful. Next up, 7 of Wands by Devin Khalil Ferries. The 7 of Wands card is about having the courage to take a stance and being prepared to stand firm to defend it. When designing the image for this card, I thought about some of the original tarot meanings. Standing one's ground, a time for tenacity and courage. These qualities inspired me to draw a strong black queer woman who appears to be under attack. Black queer women deal with so much antagonism and have to stand their ground in an often unrelenting world. This defiant woman stands for all warriors in all the battles worth fighting. Beautiful. Next up, 8 of Wands by Gabby Agnes West. Angus West. The 8 of Wands was inspired by the spirit of Frida Kahlo, Kahlo, Kahlo. The card depicts messages dispatched or received with great purpose and alacrity. In the upright position, the Eight of Wands is a great communicator, capable of disseminating or harvesting strong and coherent ideas. The Eight reveals and gleans truth through listening, learning, and educating. For the Pride Tarot, the Eight of Wands encourages you to step from fear to authenticity. Dare to be vulnerable and generous with your personal truth and story. The card urges an empowered outlook and fosters confidence in the knowledge that you will find connection and community. Your voice is strong, and if you remain open, many opportunities to be both student and teacher are there to be taken. You are widely seen and valued, and admiration comes your way from near and far. Flaunt your colors, and your bravery will be rewarded. Okay, page is stuck. Okay, next up. Nine of Wands. Let's just make this a little bit neater here. Okay, they're slippery. Okay. Nine of Wands by N.Z. The Nine of Wands represents resilience, courage, and strength. This card symbolizes the ability to overcome adversity through determination and will. Using a color palette inspired by the trans flag, I chose to depict a biopic, Black, Indigenous, people of color. Trans individual looking strong, confident, and badass despite being wounded in the middle of a storm. As a trans and non-binary person of color myself, we face a constant slew of challenges simply existing and having to fight for our rights and safety on a daily basis. It is without a doubt exhausting, and sometimes we feel like breaking down, but we will keep fighting. This card is a sign of hope and encouragement that you will overcome any difficulty you encounter and continue to get stronger, and it is why I chose this card. Beautiful. Next up, the Ten of Wands by Dr. Frankie Dolan. This Ten of Wands card shows a man who has lived a life of banishment and pain. People scorned him for being blessed with a balance of male, female, young, and old qualities. Dreaming, hoping, and searching, he journeyed to the highest mountains, to the realm of the gods, to ask them why he had to suffer. The gods placed a crown made of 10 wands upon his head. They kissed his mind with truth, and he saw that the gods always chose strong and beautiful souls to suffer, for those are the people with the power to withstand it. Through this ordeal, the man gained wisdom. He realized that he needed to live through his suffering in order to help others with theirs. The man turned his burdens into blessings. Now he looks back as he faces forward, feeling the miracles of his life. Divine meaning. Take your greatest burdens and turn them into your greatest blessings. Well, that is a beautiful, beautiful description. I think that's probably the best description I've read so far. Just saying. Okay. Page of Wands by Felix Dion. A confident young Garifuna man stands on a beach in the island of St. Vincent. The Garifuna are the descendants of escaped slaves and local Carib Indians who developed their own culture, which is a fusion of both. They remained independent from the Europeans for much of their history and today live along the Caribbean coast and on several islands. The young man is dressed in the 18th century clothing of the era of Joseph Chatoyer, who was the last independent chief, who led a rebellion against the British and who is considered a national hero throughout the region. He therefore embodies the rebellious attitude of the era and the strength and bravery of the Garifuna people. He regards his wand, which is firmly planted in the sand. It blooms with new growth, as though it has taken root. He brings a message of courage and independence. Next up. Knight of Wands by Anita Inverity. The Knight of Wands is an adventurer and explorer, following the rainbow to every corner of the world in her quest for equality and humanity for all. Her courage knows no bounds as she ventures out in delivering her message. The Knight finds it easy to confront and persuade with her endless energy and enthusiasm. Coming from a place of pure heart and passion, she will defend against unjust behavior and give confidence to those without a voice. This Knight may appear to call on you to ignite compassion, to actively stand up for your rights or those of others. The opportunity may be there to advocate, to arbitrate, and to truly make a difference. The smallest of actions may have global implications for yourself and wider humanity. Be confident that people are ready to take notice and listen intently to what you have to say when the message is one of passion, power, and positivity. Next up. Queen of Wands by Steve Hutton. My first artistic decision when asked to draw the Queen of Wands was immediate. She isn't human. I drew her more animal than woman, and in doing so, cast off all those preconceptions we might have about appearance, age, gender, or race, and so on. I wanted to let her true strength shine through, her positivity. Where her wand passes, dormant branches spring to life and bear fruit, and her aura cuts through the murk to reveal the hidden sun. The opportunity to illustrate the Queen of Wands came along at a bleak time in my own life, and so it was revivifying to indulge in her energy and spirit, and I hope she offers the same blessing for the users of this deck. Revivifying. Last one in the suit of wands is the King of Wands, illustrated by Marco Prieto, description by Arwen Lynch. Keywords: resilience, resilient, patience, successful. This king is a butch leather dyke. She shows off her success with a good cigar while riding her top-of-the-line motorcycle. She knows how to wait, how to plan, how to budget. Others may see her as quiet because she doesn't speak much. They should listen more. When she offers advice, it is best to take it. Let your focus be on planning your own future. Set your financial goals and start working your plan. Reversed. Oh, here's another reversed one. This king is domineering, overbearing, and pushes your boundaries just to get a reaction. Best to make space between the two of you. Your best plan is to try to avoid the notice of this ill-favored ruler. Business plans need to be looked at very closely before you proceed. Someone could be in your way intentionally. Okie dokie. And that will do it for the Suit of Wands. Our next video will go over the Suit of Cups. I hope to see you there. If you are enjoying this deck and want to purchase it for yourself, there is an affiliate link in the description box below. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.